Competing with the big boys is a very easy thing to do. Why? Because you're the hometown kid. Isn't that what IJO is about? Don't waste your time and money trying to compete with these big national retailers. Why? Because the best return on your investment will come as a result of making your business a referral marketing machine. Muhammad Ali, formerly Cassius Clay of Louisville, Kentucky. Most famous phrase was, floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. Predicted 17 out of his 19 fights, 3-time world champion. How do you think he did that? He had a system. So what did Muhammad Ali like to do before his fights? He'd talk. He'd talk a lot. Okay, now what did this do? You're his opponent. Do you like it? No. So as a result, it irritated his opponent. Okay, the next thing he would then do is what? He would then forecast or predict the round. He'd predict the round in which he was going to do the knockout. What do you think that did? Sold tickets. Lots of them. So it sold tickets. Everybody wants to come out and see it either happen or not happen. Okay, now, fight night. Bell goes off. What does he do now? Is he tall and long? Has he got long arms? If he's predicted the 6th round, what do you think he's doing for the first 5? He rope-a-dopes. Everybody hear that? So Muhammad Ali would rope-a-dope until the right round. Now, let's go back to what happened earlier. You've got a furious, irritated opponent who he's rope-a-doping on. They want to knock him out. If you're predicted to lose in the 6th, when do you want to knock out your opponent? The 1st, the 4th, whatever? So they're viciously trying to get him knocked out. What are they doing? They're wearing themselves out. He's staying back. And then at the right round, 17 out of 19 predicted fights. A proven system. Coming up here in a little bit, I'm going to show you a proven system on how you can develop referrals for your business. Earlier, in fact, I think it was Ronnie. And Ronnie, thank you for divulging it. He says, you know what? And I'm going to call you out. He said, sometimes I'm a little selfish and sometimes jewelers want instant gratification. Can I say that? Okay. That doesn't work with this last column. Be more patient. Retail is transactional. Is that right? Stop. No more transactions. Relation. But here's what I need Frank for. Frank, stand front and center right there. Now I want you to take a real wide stance. In transactional selling, if this is Frank and he's the client to be and I'm the service provider, is he in a defensive position? Right? Okay, now come on over here. Put your feet together. No, you know what? I'll do it this way. How's that sound? No workers' comp claims in the room. Now, if I'm selling relationally, and I have a very strong relationship with this guy, as a result of a very good referral, look how easy he is. Not that I'd push you over. Let's do it again. Come on back. In fact, it would be more like, give me your hand. Come on over. And he's more relaxed, and his feet are together. Now give him a nice round of applause, and thank you for participating. When you think about it, you got 2 people who walk into your jewelry store, similar to what the story I told last session was. One is a level 1, scale of 1 to 10. In referrals, we talk about the 10 shades of referrals. 1 being the absolute most cold thing ever. 10 being done deal. Bring me the check. It's pre-sold. If you can get enough of your relationships over to the right side and have nothing but level 7 or higher, imagine what your day would look like. Imagine what your experience would look like. Because you are that gatekeeper. You have that ability to rally all of your vendors of choice and start to give them business. Now, another point was brought up, and I forget her name, but she said, I've got a lot of relationships with a lot of people. I don't want to alienate them. You've got to do this as diplomatically as possible. But you better pick somebody, otherwise they're not going to reciprocate. But if you can get 12 or 8 or even 6 preferred vendors to start feeding business to, when those needs in their lives, their families, their friends, the jewelry comes up, what do you think they're going to do? It's coming back. But if you're not doing it at all, nothing's coming. You have to refer them. Let's talk about it. I got to admit, when you're out networking and you're trying to train your referral partners like we're talking about today, the knee-jerk reactions, what do? I'm a realtor. I'm a jeweler. No, get creative. Have fun. Now I got to tell you, I realize it. There's some people in business for a long time here who's been in business for 30 years. Now, for some guy who's 33 years old, who's 3 years older than how long you've been in business to say, change your attitude and go out and say, I realize that it's hard to make that adjustment. But have your sales folks do it. Or get more creative and just come a little bit towards bringing the emotion back. Did you get into the business you're in because you're passionate about it? Bring it back, your workbook. Define your target market. What will your business look like in 5 years? It's up to you. Are you doing new engagements? Are you doing repairs? Are you doing school rings? Are you doing class rings? Define your target market, add an emotionally based message, and start communicating. 3 steps to a 60-second or an elevator speech. Number 1, identify yourself emotionally. Identify yourself emotionally. Number 2, tell a story. Tell a story of how you changed someone's life. And number 3, specifically ask for somebody.